Am I actually dumb for letting a man purchase a butt plug for me for my birthday? It was an expert plug, not a beginner plug. It's not, wait, say.
It's actually not dumb. Welcome to the podcast. It's called It's Actually Not Dumb. Hey, Actually Not Dumb people. Welcome to Actually Not Dumb, where we overthink everything so that you don't have to. My name is Liz Lindenmeier, and these are my unfiltered thoughts. I am joined today by a very special guest. It's been a minute since we've had a guest on the pod couch. Welcome, Sean. Woo!
Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome. Are you feeling dumb or not dumb today?
Typically, always feeling a little dumb. So, all in all, good. But
2 days where we change that perspective.
Life is about perspective.
Life is about perspective. I would just love to just start with how we met each other.
Okay. I think that's a beautiful idea.
And where did it all begin?
Where did it all begin? It began the summer of 19. Just kidding. We can't put 19 in there. We're not that old.
We were not born in the 1900s.
No,
maybe.
Never. We met from the salon.
Yep.
Where
I get my hair done. If you know, you know. It is in Tribeca. I'll say that.
We will leave it there.
I've been getting my hair done there, I think now for since maybe before COVID or right after?
Well, so I have been there for 4 years.
Okay.
So I've met you 4 years ago, essentially.
Yes. I think it really was just this organic moment of just locking eyes. And then I think maybe you overheard me talking to the person who does my hair.
Sure.
And you were like, oh, she's kind of cool. And then I overheard you with your clients. And I was like, oh my God, he's so funny. Yeah. But I do take it as a very high compliment because I know that I have RBF. So for you to not think that I was a total fucking bitch.
Yeah, never thought it
and want to talk to me.
Totally. I love an RBF because I think it's a little security thing that we do for ourselves. And so people are intimidated by it. So then also, you don't want to waste your time with those people anyway.
Or it's just how your face falls.
Okay, so there's that too.
I think my face, I think my mouth has always been naturally downturned. I don't think this, I know this. And this comes from being an ex-dancer where people nitpick the fuck out of you.
Okay, fair.
And tell you every single thing wrong with you. And
fair.
You're like, I'm literally out of breath. I just performed my life for you. And you're going to tell me that my mouth is naturally downturned. So I need to open up my jaw a little bit. Come on, did you see my leg up there?
There's no trauma in that story.
It's actually not dumb to be aware of your facial structure. I think it was just one of those things where we just started talking to each other.
It was.
Because I don't go to you directly for my hair.
Correct.
I mean, maybe I should. I don't know.
Oh, listen, this is a judge-free zone. Your choices are
You've given me
yours.
some cuts before.
Yes.
Which we just recently actually started on the cut journey.
True.
I've always had long hair, so I've never really thought I need to get an actual haircut. I think more trims. And you have really enlightened me to know that it is important to cut. It's actually not dumb to cut your hair.
If we address our clothes once a season, we should be addressing our hair once a season.
I would say more than once a season. Once a season.
Once a season.
Yeah.
So 4 times a year. You should be cutting your hair every 10 to 12 weeks.
And maybe you can just creep a little bit and find where Sean is.
You can
and
stalk me.
book wherever he is.
Please do.
I used to have an issue with someone just chopping that much off of my hair and then calling it a haircut and charging me $100 for it.
Totally.
But you really get it with giving me body and having still long hair, but the ends being whatever. I should actually tell you the story. When I was in kindergarten, I cut my bangs. Every kindergarten.
But how short? Did you give yourself fierce bangs?
I'm going to insert a photo once we actually edit through this episode. But my hair went for years because it takes a long time to grow.
Mama, it was giving Lego Man.
Here was my thought process behind it. So my best friend at the time, she had this beautiful long blonde hair. And no shocker, I'm not a natural blonde.
Wait. Excuse me?
So I was jealous. At 5 years old, I was already jealous. And I was like, I want her long blonde hair. But I didn't understand the concept that her hair, she had bangs, but they were grown out. My mom would just keep chopping my bangs like this, so they would never grow out. So I thought the solution to that was chop them off.
Of course.
And then I blamed it on my friend.
Honestly, I don't see where the problem is there.
Well, the problem is you don't blame it on a friend that wasn't at school that day.
Oh, so her storytelling needs work.
So That's why today, if I like have a murder or some kind of crime, I've got my story down.
Mama, it better be like glue, honey.
Because let me tell you, 5 years old when my mom's friend was calling her saying, hey, that's so funny. Jamie wasn't at school that day, so she had a doctor's appointment.
Ooh. Okay, well, you know what? But from that early on lie has now had you blossom into what? Perfection.
It's actually not dumb to cut your bangs off and then blame it on your friend who wasn't there.
Who wasn't there. We all have our moments. We all have our strengths.
I just want to enter really quick into the chat these shoes. Yes, Lizzie McGuire, I am an outfit repeater, but I'm not a shoe repeater. And if you think that I wore these shoes before, you're half right because I did, but they were in a tan color. And now they're blue.
Yeah. Well, you have to have options. If the shoe is so good to have multiple colors and pairs of them, you should get them.
But ask me if I wear these shoes out.
You don't.
No.
Because you know why? Sometimes they look great on a couch.
They're for my living room.
Walking today, I realized, because I've been in Denver, right? Walking today, I realized you hear some crazy things of people like leaving the subway. And there's this girl on the phone that she was like, I'm working with this new coworker and she just smells so bad. Like it's just onion this. And I was thinking to myself, it's not so dumb to maybe tell your coworker.
It's actually not dumb to tell your coworker or to tell anyone
that, hey,
that they smell.
You stink, you know? And some people, the musk is for them. And you know what? Own the musk.
Guys in Brooklyn usually stink, in my opinion.
No generalization, observation.
Observation, especially certain neighborhoods. Like, honestly, not so much Williamsburg because you have enough money to like buy deodorant and have self-awareness.
Okay, so there's that.
But like, hot take. But like, I'm just thinking like a little deeper.
Yeah.
The deeper you go, the smellier
the muskier it is.
It gets, and they don't wash their hair either.
Yeah. No, and you know what? There could be some benefits as a hairdresser to not over shampooing. But there comes a point that like when you comb your hair and it stays there, mama, hop in the shower. Scrub the scalp. Healthy hair starts with a healthy scalp. You know?
It's actually not dumb to wash your hair.
This goes back to how you and I met. It literally is just you and I back and forth and able to talk about anything. And I heard you when you were getting your hair done. And listen, I don't unintentionally do much. I was like, laughing at whatever just to get your attention.
Are the loudest person in your workplace. How does that feel?
Honestly, I own it.
You're a star.
I have always been told I'm heard before seen. And honestly, hear me.
That's a good thing.
You know?
Warn them.
I don't believe in a whisper. I always love a light yell.
What's the point of that? I mean, except for a library, I guess. But.
Yeah. Well, honey, you won't find me in a library. I love to read a bitch, but not a book. You know?
Not in the library. Our libraries, I guess the city pays for libraries.
Yeah.
How are they functioning?
Well, I think that's all a big thing actually in New York.
And like, it's actually not dumb to not know about public libraries. Can you tell me?
I don't think that I can't tell you a lot, but I can tell you though that like it is a city funded thing. I'm pretty sure. We might have to not put this in there.
I'm down to sign the bill that keeps the library.
Well, do you have a New York library card?
Nope. But I want other people to have it. I want that to be accessible to other people.
Absolutely.
Everyone go to your local library, support them.
Support them.
Maybe donate them.
I mean, come on
donate
now.
to them. Sign whatever you need to sign on the voting card bill. Do you remember that girl on the Miss America pageant that like went viral for saying that like certain countries don't have access to books?
Correct.
And everyone like called her dumb?
Correct.
She's actually not dumb.
She's not dumb at all.
Because if they didn't have a library, how did they have access to books? And then therefore they cannot. I think the question was something like, why can certain people not point out where certain countries are in the world?
Because they don't have access to the map.
Some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much.
It's actually not dumb to just not know. It's actually not dumb to be dumb.
It's actually not dumb to be dumb.
It's kind of like you're not ugly, you're poor. So it's like,
okay,
you're not dumb, you just don't have a library.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the New York Public Library is gonna we're gonna be the new brand ambassadors.
Oh, honey, they'll
Hit
be like,
us up.
they will be like, you two have never stepped foot in a library nor read. Okay. Oh, wow. It's giving intelligence.
It's giving librarian.
Listen, serving looks and books, honey.
Sean,
Yes.
tell me a little bit about yourself
Sure.
for the viewers.
Sure. So my name is Sean Gispert. I am from New Orleans.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone from New Orleans,
You haven't?
by the way, until you.
So if any of my friends back home end up watching this, I'm actually from Marrero, Louisiana. I got to say that.
Aurora?
Marrero.
Marrero?
Marrero.
do I spell it?
Marrero.
Marrero.
Yeah, the fellas be yelling Marrero. It's all, yeah.
Is that an Usher song?
Nope, definitely not Usher. Yeah.
Sounded like it.
I moved to New York 6 years ago, and I've been with my husband for 18 years.
18 years in gay world is how long?
It's actually eternity, so we've made it. You know,
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, 18 years. I met him. I was 18. He was 22.
Wow.
Yeah, which is
Predator.
wild. Yeah, rar.
What brought you guys to New York?
Sure. So Brian had a job offer.
Okay.
It's my husband's name.
Brian.
He had a job offer, and he also always wanted to live in New York, but
Okay.
I didn't always love it. I don't know if it just wasn't the right time. And now that I've been here for 6 years, I'll never leave it.
Oh, I love to hear that.
Never leave it, I mean, will I always stay in it? I don't know. But
Right.
will it always be a part of me? 100%.
Yeah.
New York has just taught me so much about loving me and loving my authenticity and loving who I am. And when you really love yourself, the life really changes, and it changes for the better.
Did you ever feel like living in New Orleans that there was something just missing?
Yes.
Or did you ever find yourself hating your surroundings and you're kind of
Absolutely.
why do I hate stuff so much? And
100%. I think I didn't realize how much my everyday surroundings affected me, and particularly growing up in the South, there's a lot of gay hate,
Yeah.
I mean, look, for the most part, I was very lucky in a lot of situations. The high school I went to, I played sports growing up, and of course I was ridiculed and called certain things or what have you, but for the most part, I did grow up in a pretty supportive place. However, when you don't see a lot of people who you really are, I've been this flamboyant, honey, since the day I came out the womb.
when did you come out? Did you come out early?
So I actually didn't come out until I was 18.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, but I feel kind of early. No?
It's crazy now. Moving to New York, when people are oh, I came out at 14, at 15, at 16. I'm good for you for knowing who you are that young. Because I sure as hell didn't.
How old are you? Can I ask?
Yeah, of course you can. I'm 37.
Okay, so you've been together for I can't do math that
I
fast.
think it's 8.
Okay.
So I don't do math. But
Me neither.
Yeah.
It's actually not dumb to
Not
just
do
forget
math.
it. That was just to get through school.
Honestly, it's actually not dumb to use a calculator. I couldn't get behind
It's
that
actually
more.
not dumb to use your fingers.
Okay, sometimes I got to use my toes.
Oh, that's a good use of resources. Again, I'll just bring up over and over again, only feet.
Okay,
Only feet subscription.
let me tell you, not against it.
I'm ready. No, I've already spoken about it with X. I'm how would you feel?
And he should feel
goes,
supportive.
Make that money.
And I have met X as well, and he should support
He's
you. on
I'll
that.
help you.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm great.
literally.
Because I think because I have this little pale foot. He has this cute little brown foot. I'm let's put them
Listen,
together. There's a
listen.
niche for that. There's
Listen.
a market. Back to what I was saying, the toes.
Yes.
How strange is it? When you have a group of people in one space. Think about any
Okay.
given day when you go into work.
Yes.
Think about how many toes are in that room.
Oh, tons of toes.
That is so weird to me.
Are you telling me you have a foot fetish?
I have the opposite of
Okay,
foot fetish. Feet actually gross me out.
Because speaking of not yucking yum, I'm here to not yuck.
No, yuck it. Because literally, feet gross me out so much. So I don't really know why I want to start an OnlyFans for my feet.
Well, because
but,
it's for people to, I think
it's easy money.
Yeah, and it's for people to appreciate your feet. You're not
Right.
seeing other people's feet.
You know how there'd always be that one questionable are they actually pretty girl on America's Next Top Model?
Yeah.
They put her on there as
Yeah.
the wild card. That's my foot. But right
One
now
of
we
you
got
will
20
model.
toes in here. So if we wanted to do some math, we could do some hardcore math. It's actually not dumb to talk about math.
It's not. Wait, say.
It's actually not dumb. Welcome to the podcast. It's called It's Actually Not Dumb.
So like, it's actually not dumb to post your feet and not have a foot fetish. Just so everyone knows, she has clocked me for 4 days about this, okay? I am ADHD to try to get me to remember.
This man is coming onto the podcast with having watched 0 episodes. And I keep telling him, like, I'm like, yeah, there's a segment where I show my shoes. If you watched an episode, you would know. I'm like, he's like, oh, yeah, let's talk about this. I'm like, yeah, so there's a whole episode about that. If you actually would have watched it, like, you would have known.
You know what? It's actually not dumb for your friend to clock you.
I don't know if it's that I'm getting older, so it's more acceptable. But like, I was this way 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Where like I would just say what I thought,
Correct.
and maybe I'm better suited to articulate it in a kinder, more accepting way.
Yeah, articulation and tone will do everything.
Yes, versus when I was 23 and like being a little brat and like clocking people left and right for things that like maybe didn't. My husband, ex, like he loves to say, don't yuck people's yum.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I mostly do it with him though. Like it really does come down to food, comes down to like a preference or opinion, like ugh, like whatever. And he's like, stop doing that. And but I think in a way I'm not yucking yums anymore. I'm more of just like, you should have watched an episode.
Which also I can receive that information because you know why? I take the ownership of being like, I did.
And that's growth on both people. Pull out the burn book, aka your cell phone.
And
we sent through to Sean's phone, which I actually have never allowed anyone to have these submissions personally. So I'm going to have to see that you delete those on the way out.
I will gladly do that.
Last time on our episode, we had a segment of Am I Actually Dumb For, where we have our viewers submit things. So we got a new batch today, and I'm just excited to like get your take on it.
We don't know who these are anonymous.
They're anonymous.
Once again, had I watched the episode.
Had you watched it, you would have known what this is all about. But like, let me fill you in.
Am I actually dumb for letting a man purchase a butt plug for me for my birthday? It was an expert plug, not a beginner plug.
I just think that this is your
your
stomping ground, and you just let me know.
Okay, so. Is it? No, I don't think it's dumb, personally. Okay. I don't. Because maybe it's a sign of affection from him.
But you think not starting with a beginner, going straight to expert is like safe for somebody?
Okay. It is a muscle that relaxes. And there are things that can make it relax. But should you jump into something that large in the beginning? No. So maybe it is a little dumb. Because if you want to interest your partner in something like that, slow and steady, it's always going to win there.
I wonder if they had like a conversation prior or if it was like a surprise.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I love this question so much because I've never worn a butt plug.
Oh, okay.
But like I do know the point of them and like what have you. But I just kind of love it that someone gave that to you as a birthday gift. Now, who is this person? Is it a friend? Is it a partner? So it just leaves me with. Oh,
true.
It just left me with so many things.
Is it their coworker?
Yeah, exactly. But that's the
sexual
thing.
harassment case.
These stories that go through my head with this one
we can't
sentence.
Assume.
There are no assumptions to be made.
Okay.
No. To answer the question.
It's not dumb.
It's not dumb.
Okay.
And don't judge the crack. It's not the screen, it's the protector.
Oh, mine's the same. Okay. I throw my phone.
Well, I threw it this weekend. Oh. I was laughing at a really good joke and boom, there she went. It was a bit like that.
Okay. Am I actually dumb for never following my sister-in-law on Instagram because I gave their relationship 3 months max and now it's been years and she's legally family and I still haven't pressed follow? Oh, so like, why? Because I feel like better late than never.
Never. See?
And so, okay, so then now I'm putting these things together. So basically, like, this person was married into the family, which makes them a sister-in-law, versus like, it's not like my husband's sister.
Right.
It's
was
like the boyfriend or I guess the sister of the brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I feel like is not super offensive.
I personally don't think it is. But also, how old is this person that's saying this? Because we have to remember, like, I remember my MySpace. You know?
Oh, honey.
I know you talked about it.
I did.
We talked
about MySpace. We talked about how we're like professional coders.
I mean, 100%. Mama, you picked out the right thing.
What was
to
your
change.
Music on your MySpace page?
System of a Down, Toxicity.
What on the wall? How on the soda?
Were you an emo kid?
A little bit.
Wait, okay, like low key. I was like, so I mean, as you can imagine, I was exactly how I am now.
Yeah.
As a child.
Yeah.
I was like a dancer and like in cheerleading and like loved all things girl and blah, blah, blah. But I fucking loved an emo boy.
Girl, Evanescence.
Like so high.
Amy Lee.
Skater
like,
boys.
I'm too high.
Because I was so happy. I wanted someone that was sad.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I was only it for like a moment as far as the aesthetics go, because like a swoop bang was not it for me.
Yeah.
But honey, I did get that box dye, color it black, flat iron it. Absolutely. Lip piercing.
Okay, so hot take. Guys that eventually come out as gay.
Yeah.
They all have an emo face.
Is this factual information?
It's an observation I'm making.
Okay. Brian did not have that, but he definitely had that like skater boy, which could fall into the emo category.
Yeah.
You know?
It's actually not dumb to be emo and gay.
And gay.
Okay, so this person,
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of dumb. Like they should just follow. You're creating a bad Thanksgiving dinner
that's
environment.
it. Like, listen, also, like, sis or whoever, like, bro, yeah. You know, like, you made the assumption it's a year later. Like, let's applaud it.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes our assumptions are wrong.
I also don't think it's nice, like, when people get married, like, you should just be supportive.
If you don't have information, that means they shouldn't be married. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, so now I'm curious. Like, what, Victor?
Sir? Sorry. It's my protector.
Can you give me a mic? He's like, just shut the fuck up and give me a mic. When I sit down and do my makeup in front of the mirror, Victor
is
guards
right there.
me.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter if no one's home. Yeah, he's bothered.
Mama.
He's triggered.
He is a guard dog if I ever seen one.
He's a Leo. So he cares about his hair and like he wants to make sure he is the center of attention. So if he hears another dog like kind of taking that,
I don't blame him for that. No. It is gonna set a bad example. It's gonna have
just awkward energy
at the Thanksgiving table. And then guess what? Then you're gonna be all upset when everyone's like, why didn't you just hit the accept button when all of this could have been over by a click of the button?
Yeah, and I feel like maybe I think there is power in just like doing something and you don't need to talk about it. Avoidance.
Wow, it's actually not dumb to avoid.
It's actually not dumb to not communicate.
P.S. I just got it right.
First time,
actually,
he got it right. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Am I actually dumb for watching spicy content and after getting a Google ad saying Google knows what you're watching?
Are you dumb?
Yeah, because girl, that's how marketing works.
Google should be dumb, but it's not. Unfortunately, everything we say. I literally like had a thought one time about something, and then I got an ad for it. I'm like, when did that happen? Was it the COVID shot?
Okay, so when you click for the speaker to listen to you, sometimes on anything, if you allow it, your phone's listening.
Nothing is private anymore.
No,
not even your thoughts.
No, but it is crazy that
Pfizer or what was the other one?
The Johnson & Johnson.
Okay, sorry. Did you get Johnson & Johnson?
Yeah, why?
I feel like this is kind of weird. Like it's kind of like having like Spectrum. My brain hurts.
Not
that
us
was a lot for me
today. That really was.
We got really deep.
No, that was fierce. I do want to thank you, like for this opportunity, like to come and chat with you.
The first guest to thank me.
Really?
Yeah, on air.
Oh, the shade of it all.
And two, the first guest to not watch an episode.
You know, I'm going to say this. I did not watch a full episode. And it's actually not dumb to not watch a full episode. But
it is, though.
I just adore you. And I thank you so much for the opportunity.
I love you.
And really, like, I think you are a go-getter. You are a hardworking, badass woman. And I just am thankful to have you in my life. So thank you for having me on the podcast.
I'm so thankful for you to be here. Thank you.
Of course.
I only bring people on who compliment me.
Well, apparently that's not true because no one else did.
No one else complimented me. I'm going to go and delete all their episodes.
you know what? It's actually not dumb to delete old episodes.
It's actually not dumb to delete episodes and not say anything about it. Well, thank you, actually not dumb people. Until next time, stay dumb or stay not dumb. I don't really care, but these are our unfiltered thoughts. I'm Liz, and this is
Sean.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks.